Hello and welcome back to Frequency Intuitive. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a light that feels completely right and aligned for your soul. A place where you're happy and fulfilled and the most yourself. Today, we're stepping into the energy of your personal utopia, your personal dream life, and discovering the energy your soul has been calling you to activate and create. So, we have 4 groups today. They're all double numbers 11, 22, 33, 44. So group 1 is 11, remembrance with opalite. Group 2 is card 22, divine animals, and the piece of rose quartz. Group 3 is card 33 with soul love and this piece of Amazonite. Group 4 is card 44 with expansion and this piece of blue lace agate. So take your time, tune in the energy of each group, and when you are ready, I will see you in your reading to find out what your personal utopia, your dream life feels like and how to move towards it. Hello, angels of group 1. There's such a warmth here, even though it's a cold, rainy day outside. I had to turn on the air because I can feel the warmth radiating off of your group, probably from this center of light here. So I apologize if you hear a gentle humming. Hopefully, it's soothing, or else I will burn up in your reading, and nobody wants that. So you have chosen group 1, this incredibly powerful card 11, remembrance. We are going to read from this guidebook, but not quite yet. Spirit says we're going to get in a bit. There goes the lights. This is a new thing that has been happening in my readings. It happens from all of my lights, so it's not any of the connections because they're all connected to different outlets. And I've checked all the light bulbs. Spirit is doing the lights in the reading, so I hope that's not distracting either. It's very periodic. You're probably listening anyway. So today we're looking at what is your version of a personal utopia, a magical, dreamy place. So let's step into that Piscean, Aquarian energy and just use the power of imagination to activate this. This could be something you're already experiencing, something you've already had a vision of, or something that completely sounds new to you. So let's get right into it and find out from Spirit. Show us group 1's personal utopia, their dream life. Show us all about it. Okay, they want to start with getting another of these cards from the main deck for group 1. Show us their personal utopia. For group 1, how will their dream life feel and manifest for them? What can they do to achieve it? Yeah, they said this is an energy for you. It's a state of being. You got card 13 with insight coming up. I'm going to add that right underneath, actually. And they have told me it's time to read your card. I don't know why there was the delay at the beginning, but let's take a peek here. So card 11 was your main card. Now, this is what it says. Recall your soul truth. You are ready to live your life from the wisdom of your heart. If you've been citing 1111 as a reflection of this, if you haven't yet, you'll be receiving this sign soon. Okay, well, starting now. If you see it on a clock, a phone number, a receipt, or in a dream. With this wisdom, fresh and innovative ideas will flow into your mind as new ways to live your life. Wow, okay, powerful for a dream life reading. No one else has to change their ways, only you. Live from your heart, be an inspiration, and you will discover this new world. Some call 1111 an awakening code. You must have awoken on some level to receive it. This is a sign you're so much more than you think. Oh my gosh, do you see the lights? Wow, okay, I'm getting chills. Whew. Okay, getting the tears. The tears are coming, the emotional resonance. You it is a sign that you are so much more than you think. Let's say it again for the people in the back. 1111 has many different explanations because we're all asking different questions and there's no right or wrong meaning. But at the heart of 1111 is a loving, intelligent energy that will always encourage you towards your soul, where you will remember the truth of who you are. Wow. Okay. So this utopia for you is all about these fresh, innovative ideas that will flow into your mind as new ways to live your life as you awaken on some level, become an inspiration to others, and realign with your true soul's meaning. Now, you got card 13, insight, which shows this light being here in a meditative position. So I imagine this is going to occur and this dream life will be found on a frequency level as you step into that inner connection, as you more fully connect and align. I'm just going to shuffle this deck over to the left because I find it not the nicest sound. So I'm shuffling this for you. Oh, I already see your card. Well, actually, we can't really do that, can we? Because then you might think that I didn't get the card. Let me mute it. Okay. Oh my gosh, you got card 11. Okay, see, I'm glad I did that on the screen because if that had come out, our inner cynics would be like, you pulled that card, girl. You got card 11 again. So you now have 1111. Wow, the chills are all over. Look at this. Card 11, owl, wisdom, knowledge, learning, insight, and you have card 11, remembrance. Holy Toledo. And you got card 32 with pink moon. Okay, renewal, growth, rebirth, nature. I don't know how often those are. I'm not an astrological genius. So you could be. Let's get more cards for you. Okay, so first of all, we've got just alignment on the table here with card 11 coming out with card 11, owl. Wisdom, knowledge, learning, insight. Oh my gosh, I didn't even see that. Sorry, it's very early in the morning, and I've only had one espresso, which is pretty much all I'm allowed to have these days. But or I stay up all night. But you have insight twice also, owl, insight, and you have the insight card. Pink moon, renewal, growth, rebirth, and nature. So you could be re-immersing yourself in nature in this personal utopia. So they're laying the groundwork here for how you will discover this personal utopia. For you in this group, this is heavy state of being. I don't feel like too much has to alter in your external world. I feel like this is something that you're stepping into and activating now, and probably or could activate now. But I feel like if you're on this frequency, this is a very high frequency aligned awakened group. You're probably already activating this and you're probably just curious about what's been going on with me. I've been feeling so different. I've been moving so lighter. I've been really feeling this heaviness that I can no longer carry from this kind of 3D world that I feel that I've grown out of, that I've expanded beyond. And now I'm curious about where is this new energetic place that I'm going, because frequency is like it's a place, it's a location, even though you stay physically in this 3D world. I mean, you could astral travel and stuff like this, but I mean, for the most part, your body's grounded here. You energetically change locations frequency wise because you experience, you perceive completely differently around you than you were before. Even my tone of voice is very different here. I can feel it shifting into like a super mellow, light, grounded but ethereal place. I can really feel my frequency shifting into this personal utopia. It's like when you're in a library and there's like that beautiful reverence just for, and everyone is harmoniously on the same page that we're not going to be loud in here and we're going to respect everybody's space and peace. That's how I feel like speaking. Like, oh, hello, I don't want to disturb you. ASMR, like. Okay, let's get more. But we still got the laughter. You're going to be laughing in your personal utopia. I feel you. Oh, wow. Okay, a lot's coming through channels now. I feel you feeling a lightness of heart where things like if someone cuts you off in traffic, for example, that would used to really irritate you or give you like that rage feeling of like, how dare you? Now you're like, you're so light about it. You're like, oh my gosh, God bless. Like, get where you're trying to go safely. Like, I'm almost getting tears with how much understanding and compassion your soul feels for everyone around you. You've awakened in this personal utopia to the point that you completely understand that person was triggered. That person's actually going to a medical emergency. That person's struggling with something. Your spidey senses, your psychic abilities, highly tuned in here, highly activated. I see you walking through life with such an awareness. Oh, yeah, insight, knowledge, wisdom. Yes, you're the owl. You know how the owl flies? Look at this owl flying above, all seeing, all knowing, completely sovereign in its journey and its mission for that day. The owl is not getting all bent out of shape because the other birds, the sparrows, are flying by them. And like the owl is just like, you can't phase me. I've never seen an owl phased. An owl does not get flustered very easily. Even if an owl is caught or injured, they rarely get flustered because they're so grounded in their intelligence and intelligence. That's funny that that word came up, but wisdom, and I guess they are highly intelligent, aren't they? Sometimes spirit adds something in that I just was not aware of with my like 3D brain. Highly intelligent in the sense that they understand they're going to get out. They understand that they're safe and protected. They don't stress. Owls are not stressful beings. Where, you know, you might see another bird. Most animals are not, right? Because they're all connected. They're all very like aligned. But another animal might get a little, like, you know, a squirrel might like have a little freak out or something, right? If it's caught in a trap or gets injured. An owl just carries this deep wisdom that it's going to be okay. It's going to find its way out of this. I'm not sure why that's coming up, but it is. Oh, you got Pluto, Black Tourmaline, card 11. Oh my gosh. Whew. That was like a jolt of lightning. I just glitched because I just got like an energetic. I felt like I touched an electric fence. I think my heart restarted. Like, in a good way, I got a little mini boost. You have 3 11s. Holy tamale, like my whole, that's why I was so hot. All my arms are like I'm on, like I'm so hot, like heated. It's the energy, it's electric here. That's why I had to turn the air on, like I said at the beginning. You guys are obviously, I just feel honored because I can already see who y'all are. Like you guys are very high level consciousness. Not that you need me to blow smoke up, you know, I don't know what that phrase is, blow smoke at you, but you don't need me to hype you up. You guys know, but you guys are very spiritually aligned. Like whatever you do, a lot of you are spiritually inclined, or you have creative, you know, gifts or projects or platforms, or you do something for work. I see someone producing something, but there's specifically that wanted to highlight that. But I feel honored to be reading for you. Thank you for checking out my channel with you guys just know a lot. And your soul has remembered. You got 3 11s. You can't, there's no denying it. There's no denying it. When people come in contact with your energy, like we're going to get into your personal utopia, but I just want to talk about you for a second. Okay. When people come in contact with your energy, they don't feel the same after. Your energy transmutes the energy around you. Like, I can't explain to you how good it feels to be in your energy. So thank you. I will take that little treat. That is more, you know, people say like, oh, give me a like or a subscribe. Of course, like there's no shade in that. Like that, absolutely. That's part of the platform. I'm just saying, I will take sitting in your energy over the like. Well, I'll take your like too, you know, because I'll place limits on you. But yeah, sorry, you got regeneration. And you have this renewal, rebirth, growth. I'm going to ground myself down because I do need to speak this from my 3D body. And I'm way up in the clouds with you right now, and I do not want to come down. For group 1, can we please show these beautiful souls who have come here for this reading their personal utopia? Allow me to focus this channel through for them. Okay, you're living in a space in this personal utopia where you're so connected to the higher realms that you have that constant download of wisdom or knowledge or whatever you need. If you're trying to fix your car, if it's something super 3D, or if you're trying to elevate, an interpersonal dynamic that is disharmonious, you are channeling and connecting on a moment to moment basis with your soul team, with your guides, ancestors, ascended masters, frequency of angels, frequency of fae, frequency of unicorns, frequency of dragons, frequency of interplanetary higher dimensional beings. You have it all at your fingertips in this personal utopia because your frequency is so elevated. Like, how will you keep your feet on the ground? You're going to have to wear weighted shoes, but it is like your magic. People come to you for advice. I would say you might be in a position or a role where you are highly revered. Not that you want that or need that or chase that. Not that you couldn't if you wanted. I'm just saying I don't see that being your internal motivation. I see you falling naturally into that because people are like, wow, your wisdom, like this could be therapist, this could be a spiritual teacher, card reader, mediumship, psychic, writer, author, artist, musician. People go to you for your frequency. Now, they might not be able to vocalize that that's what it is, but part of your personal utopia is your craft or mission. I don't see you calling it work. I don't see you using dense, lower frequency words in this personal utopia. I see everything being very aligned. Spirit, I appreciate the light flickering. I completely acknowledge that you are here. It's a little bit distracting on my eyes. If we could pause on the electromagnetic interference. Thank you. So, but I love that. Interject briefly when you need to. We love the light. Just tone it down a little bit. Merci. It could be French here, because that just came through in French. So, you in your personal utopia are doing something creatively, passionately driven that also flows in abundance income to you. But again, I don't really see you being super concerned with that. It's more that you wake up living from your heart and from your soul and from your full expression, and you have this ability to tune into the higher realms, and you use it to uplift humanity and the community around you. People come to you, for advice or, like I said, your services, and you're able to tune in and to the higher realms, get that intelligence, get that answer, get that advice, guidance, and offer it up. And it's something that is so soul satisfying to you, but it's also completely, like I said, uplifting humanity. Probably you have a very key pivotal role in this new earth consciousness situation that's unfolding here. Let's get you another card. Please show us group one's personal utopia. What does their dream life look like to them? I do see you being surrounded with nature, because you do have nature here, and they're showing me the owl. Likely you converse with birds on the regular. You could have a bird as a pet in this, or one that visits you daily or frequently, or have animals just surrounding you, whether you keep them as close to you or they come and visit from the wild. That probably is happening now. I'm seeing dragonflies. Ooh, the pillar. Okay, this makes a lot of sense. I really see you being a pillar in your geographical location and your community. The word community is not vibrationally accurate. It's more of a soul tribe, but it's like people finding you who are ready, right? And your light is lifting up you're the nucleus, and your light is lifting up the frequency and the collective, we could say, around you. But even the word collective is losing its vibrational relevance. I know that you know what I'm saying. I just don't have the answer for that. Let me just check your card layout here. Oh my gosh, we've got it all sorted for finally. Listen. Your girl's been working on hitting her angles. Okay. I see you guys having a lot of humor in this place, and I see you in this personal utopia. There's a lot about how your persona in this. Like I didn't expect that to come up as much. I thought it would be more about how you would experience your external, but there's a lot coming up about how you will be in this. And so I'm just going to flow with information coming in. Okay. So you have humor and lightness and perspective that is priceless to people. Like people are like, I need Pal One's approach to this. I need pile one's energy surrounding this. Like it's very unexpected because I think people think like you could be, for example, a pillar in your community, like in some sort of spiritual temple, like a monk or a nun or a spiritual leadership, a teacher. And yeah, I specifically see one of you right now. If you've been in isolation, I specifically see you. I don't want to reveal anything, so I won't say more than that. But you're a pillar in that spiritual community around you. And I think when people approach you, they see that, or they have an expectation that you're going to be a certain way. Like, right, very like reserved and like namaste. And then they meet you and they get in conversation with you or your teachings, and they're like, oh my gosh, they're hilarious. Or they have this way of speaking that it's very unexpected. And I think you are like in your personal utopia, your authenticity is so pure. And gosh, I'm seeing so much channeled for you. It's my mouth can't keep up with the information. There was I'll just say it in case it's, because I'm sure it's relevant. There was a reading that I did. I think it was Who Are You Becoming? I think. And I think it was group 1. It was about this goddess energy, and it was so powerful. I still remember it. Like I got in tears. Some of you are from that reading, or you will find that at some point. But I'm sensing that energy here. And you have, can I just be completely vulnerable and authentic with you here? I am struggling with my flow because I feel like very not intimidated, but like in awe that some of you are here. Like because I can sense who you are, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, like some of you are like my mentors and my like people that I watch or read or will in a future timeline, because I don't think some of you have come in contact with yet, but I can sense that I will in a future timeline. And so I'm like a little bit shy all of a sudden because I'm like, oh my gosh, these spiritual baddies are like watching this pile, and like I'm getting the sweats. Let me just get that out so that we can move on with why my flow is a little off. But I also know that the grace and compassion that you guys have, you can read my energy. So you're like, oh my gosh, this like poor girl is struggling because she's just like in awe, and you like have the grace and compassion to allow me to stumble my words through this, and like there's no judgment. And so like I feel so safe in your energy, so thank you for that also. But I just had to say that because I've never felt that before, so I think it needed to be said. Let's just proceed because I could sit in your guys' energy all freaking day, and I feel like other people could too, but I don't want to be greedy because I'm sure you have to have boundaries about that. But in your personal utopia, you're a pillar. You're a strength to others. You initiate other people's growth and transformation. You have so much rebirth, growth, renewal, regeneration. You're an initiator for their growth and renewal. I feel like you have an incredible sense of purpose from that passion. Oh my gosh. I just mixed passion with path. Passion? From that passion, TM. You get such a sense of seeing these people around you. It's like, I don't know if that's the right word, but I want to say like disciples, but like I don't know if that's the right word, but that's what's coming out. But that kind of like perspective of people come to you to listen and learn, whether it's like from a platform or in real life or your seminars or your conferences, and you change their lives. And that's your version of a personal utopia. That's your dream life. You wake up every day feeling like I understand why I've been put on this earth, and you feel so blessed. You have zero God complex or egomania. It's nothing like that at all. I can't even say it. You have no like, oh, I'm the, top the leader. Like there's nothing like that there. You feel so deeply honored to be here and serve in this way, and you're a pillar of the collective around you. Yeah, this comes from some sort of awakening moment. If you're not feeling in this yet, this is on a timeline for you. So if you choose to align with this, you have this awakening moment. I'm still in awe that you have 11, 11, 11. And then the pillar. I always get the pillar. Like, do you feel me? It's an 11. Look at that. 1, 1. Whenever I see Spirit agrees. Whenever I see a pillar card, I see it as an 11. So I'm taking that you have 11, 11, 11, 11 on this table. Okay, please show us more. Is there any way we could see a little bit more about personally? Because I feel like a lot of your energy is outwardly focused, like serving, right? And I want to know how you feel. I want to give you more. I feel like you're not highly concerned with that, though. That's why it's focused on the outward. So I'll obviously honor with whatever comes up. I just feel like you deserve something, I want to give you something here. I heard I need for nothing. Well, geez, aren't y'all just so flippin' amazing? Okay, you got, and I'm not being facetious, I know, you know that. You got immerse yourself, training, learning, new hobbies, passion. Yeah, this is like giving Atlantis vibe here. You, in your personal utopia, I feel like I'm going to have to shift your cards up a little bit. You thrive on learning. You thrive on discovering new things. Probably for some of them, it's a spiritual aspect. Actually, oh yeah, you have learning here too. Look at that with the owl. I'll put that right with that. The owl, learning. Another card, learning. You are the most aligned group I've ever gotten in a reading. Everything is lined up. A pink moon that apparently is happening soon. 11, 11, 11, 11. Insight twice. Now you have immerse yourself, training, learning, and you have owl, learning, insight, knowledge. I feel like in your personal, not I feel like, it's on the table. What I'm sensing is, from my eyes that are reading this card, in your personal utopia, you have the freedom and the means to immerse yourself in wherever your heart takes you. If it's something very 3D, like you want to take apart a car and put it back together. I've seen that twice now. Or you want to learn how to, do some complicated beadwork or basket weaving or something. I just feel like or gardening. Like gardening is such a skill, man. Like I do not have a green thumb yet. I know I will one day because my guide showed me once. Maybe in my personal utopia, I'm an amazing gardener. Right now, I'm not. That takes such skill and knowledge and learning and time and intuition beyond that, right? It's deeply intuitive. I see your personal utopia being your days are filled with this first thing that we talked about, this training, or it's just like leading. It's not even that actively, it's just being you and this communion with other souls in whatever way that shows up for you, your gift being expressed in whatever way it is in that moment, because it's probably going to vary throughout your timeline. But then the other part of your utopia, your day, is spent immersing yourself in passions, in learning new things. I love that it has the word passions on this card. Look at this card. She has the book open on her head. There's this flowy veil around her. It's kind of like she's in an underwater library. There's just this ability and freedom to spend your time in this personal dream life, this utopia, exactly how you choose on that day. You could wake up and be like, I feel like sourdough bread, and you just immerse yourself in how to make the perfect sourdough bread, and you know what I mean? And then the next day it's like you want to, harvest wild fiddleheads, and you look up that, and then you're getting into herbology one day, and then the next day you're like, I really want to learn more about the stars. I've always been curious about this and the connection to, and you just use all of the tools at your resources, and you just dive in, and you have such a enjoyment from that, from learning new things and from passionately pursuing to whatever you feel energetically the edge of that is. Once you feel it start to fizzle out, you obviously know and have the awareness that you stop pursuing it, and you put that down, and you move on to something else that lights up your soul. That's a huge part of your personal utopia, that pursuit of passion in each moment. You could advise on things also, I'm seeing. For some of you, you're creating your own oracle or card decks, like runes, or I'm heavily seeing that, or you will. Okay, you got this very powerful card. Lifting the veil, questioning everything, anything unaligned must go. So I feel like this is your gateway. See how there's almost a gateway where she's lifting this veil to this personal utopia. If you haven't already experienced this, because for many of you, you already have, and you're already in this energy that I'm describing, this will be, when you reach this gateway threshold point, this will be how that happens. That awakening. Something will happen, or you will just reach a point of discontentment in your spirit that you know is not meant to be there, and you will question anything that feels out of sync with you, that feels heavy, that feels stale, that feels chaotic or dense. And your mission will be to awaken and to lighten and to release this resistance and to realign. And that will be part of how you step into this personal utopia. And while you're there, you'll maintain that energetic boundary. I don't think verbally, I don't think you'll say things to people. I think it'll just be known. You will literally maintain your energetic boundaries with your focus. Wherever your attention goes and wherever it's removed is how you communicate those things. And I feel like that will be from the smallest level to like the clothes you wear, to the food you eat, which of course is not a small level, especially not food, but to what people would consider very 3D things, the vehicle you drive or choose not to drive, how you move around the earth, the devices in your home that you choose to use, the technology that you choose to use or not use, where you live, anything, you will start to feel resonance, or what's lack of resonance? Disresonance? I don't even know what the word is for that, in every fiber of your being, of your cell. And so your body and your soul will show you the way to this personal utopia. And it's not a sense of sensitivity, like, oh, I can't have that, so now I have to like restrain myself and kind of like put myself smaller, in this world. It's a sense of understanding what feeds your soul and what energy can hold you and what energy you can hold, and which ones are holding you back from your lightness, from shifting into higher dimensional states. And I feel like that becomes of utmost importance to you. And so you start doing that refining and that editing, and that allows you to continue to awaken and lighten and move into this sense of utopia. I did want to get tarot, but I'm not sensing it for you. Let me just make sure. Okay, they said no, it was very clear. Okay, let me get your final cards here, because I can feel the energy is wrapping up for your group. I absolutely loved being in your energy, and I don't want to leave. But I have to respect the closure of the reading as my guides are projecting it. Yeah, they would like to get one more of each of these Rebecca Campbell cards. Can't get enough of Rebecca Campbell cards. Show us more for group 1. I almost said group 4. I don't know what that was all about. That's going to be too many. I think that was just my sleeve. I don't feel any sense to pick those up. For group 1. Oh, love that. Dance with life. This card says, do something to change your energy. So for those of you who feel like you're not in this personal utopia yet and you would like to be, stepping into the fluidity of what this card is showing, shift and move and change something. Almost changing anything would be beneficial to switch up your energy, but of course, you'll have more success if you make those decisions from an aligned center point. But I would say most change, even if that specific thing isn't, you don't land quite right on, because you're always expanding anyway. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's kind of irrelevant, because even your higher self will lead you through a certain change or decision into the next one, right? It's just like a doorway. Like, go through this door to get to the valley on the other side, right? Sometimes changing anything, even like changing your clothes, will shift up the energy of that day. I know that sounds crazy, but I know that you know what I mean. But if you are feeling stuck or in your personal utopia, well, there's two things coming out here. Number one, it's the message for if you don't feel that you're anywhere around this energy yet, but you would like to be, change your energy. Start to look right now what needs to transform. Start to look right now at questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. Do it from an aligned state. Of course, there's no chaos needed here, or like energy of like, oh my gosh, cut you off, cut this off, get rid of my phone. Like, it doesn't need to be anything like that, but you could slowly and gently start to identify. I mean, unless that's what you're being called to. Some people, that's exactly the energy that they should be in, so I shouldn't have said that. But you move in whatever energy feels right to you. But you could start that now, changing and shifting things in order to allow your frequency to raise and align more with your true soul's essence. But also, in when you get into this personal utopia, I see you in this energy. You dance with life. You understand and completely respect the changing tides, the cycles, the shifts in relationships, the shifts in your own internal passions and interests, the constant expansion. And it's a dance. You're flowing and you're shifting with your higher self, with the universe, with the higher realms, with the people around you in the 3D. And there's no rigidity, there's no clinging, there's no attachment. It's a flow. Oh, you're here now. Hello, the interaction. Oh, you've moved on. Okay, God bless. Goodbye. Like, you're just in this flow of life and you're constantly honoring and accepting, but you also embrace it. It's not even accepting. You embrace that energy. This might be my interest today. The income might be flowing in one day and then it's not the next day. Or this interaction might be here this day and then it's not the next day. And then it comes back. You're so in flow with this life connection, with this in and out. You have just your finger is on the pulse of the universe. And so you completely trust and you understand that flow in this personal utopia. There's hardly there has to be some resistance and contrast. I know that you understand that anyway, but it's very light. It's very mild. You understand that the resistance doesn't have to be there, that the answer can come before the question. It can be like so lined up that there is no real tension in your body or in the energy. Final card for group 1, though I don't want to leave you. I have to honor the dance of life. I've got to allow this dance partner to shift, even though I don't want to. I know that you're more accepting of that than me right now. Show me this final card for group 4. Oh my gosh, see, I did it again. For some reason, I keep seeing group 4, so you'll know if that's for you or not. Yeah, I do see this card. Ooh, what is this? I don't know if I ever got this card. I'd like to read this for you if you have some time, because the energy coming off, look at that image. It says, just watch me. And this figure is doing some sort of wild, like, Tai Chi samurai move. And I want to see what this says. Just watch me. What is that? It feels so alive. Oh, I just opened this to about the artist, Katie Louise. So shout out to Katie Louise with being the artist on this Rebecca Campbell deck. Just watch me. Where would I find you? All right, this says, watch out, world, here you come. It's time to make your entrance, leave your mark, let yourself be seen, and your presence known. You are ready. This moment has been coming for a long time. You've been working towards it for a while now. All the details are being taken care of, and what others think of you is irrelevant. I feel like that's very important for some of you. This is a card of Spirit agrees with the flashing lights again. This is a card of unbridled confidence, self-worth, encouragement, confirmation, and empowerment, of stepping out and taking up space. You do not need anyone's approval but your own. No permission slip is needed. You've arrived. This isn't the time to question, fit in, or play small. This is the time to expand and emanate. Okay, wasn't pile 4 expansion? Okay, now I see why that message keeps coming up. You were not born for the sidelines. Step forth and radiate with confidence. If you've been working towards something for a while, this card is your indication your effort will pay off. If others have doubted or underestimated you, this is your sign. Keep going. Trust yourself. What would you do if you were truly confident? How would you hold yourself, and what would you say? If you knew it would work out, what would you do and how would you do it? Whatever that answer is, do that. Don't waste your time worrying about what others might think or say. Don't look back. Keep your gaze straight ahead and let them watch on. Wow. Wow. So let that be your confirmation and encouragement of whatever this vision is that you have, this personal utopia, this dream life. I'm sure it's already been born in your soul. I'm sure I've not said anything to you here today that you haven't already intuitively connected with on some level. If you've been feeling any hesitation or concern about fully stepping into that authentic expression of your soul, let this be your confirmation with your 11, 11, 11, 11, 11 to infinity that it's time. You're in this energy now, which is why you've found this reading, to move into this awakened place and state of enlightenment, to activate or fully step into your spiritual gifts, to immerse yourself in your passions, your learnings, your wisdoms, to question everything, allow anything unaligned to move out of your life, and fully step into the strength of being in that alignment and true remembrance with your soul's purpose and calling and intention and power and strength and light. I don't even know how to wrap up your reading. It just is. It was very transformative for me, even being in your energy. And so I am eternally grateful for your presence here today. Thank you so much. If another group called you, then I will see you there shortly. And if not, with my pleasure, then I will see you in another reading on another day. Bye. Hello, group 2, and welcome to your reading. You chose card 22 with divine animals and this beautiful piece of rose quartz. So let's find out, what does your dream life feel like, look like? We want to know all about what a state of utopia would feel like to you in this reality. Now, of course, the first thing I'm getting is that you work with animals, or you're closely connected to animals. You could obviously have them in your immediate household, keep them on some sort of farm or something, or just be deeply in tune with them in the wild. You could commune with them. You could even be like some sort of wildlife photographer, or something like this where you actually do that as a craft. Just take which parts resonate, but I am seeing a lot of work with animals. Here in this personal utopia, you could be like an animal psychic. I'm seeing stables, like I said, farm, a veterinarian, or some sort of healing spiritual modality that works with animals, learning from the animals. I see that in this place you are in an energy and a frequency with that the animals emulate, which is unconditional love. You're letting other people live their life as they are, and you have that compassion and love and understanding. for them and for their life's journey, just as animals give us that space, right? That energetic space. They're not all up in our business telling us, why did you reply to that text the other day? They're just not like that, right? They're like, you do you, I'll do me. I'm tuned into my natural world and my spirit, and you tune into yours, and we can live in harmony. And I think you have always had a reverence and a deep connection with animals. You just you might even feel like you've had some sort of reincarnation or something with a certain animal spirit, or be really connected to a certain animal spirit, because I see you just resonating more with animals than even the human realm. And in this utopia, you kind of find that state of harmony and balance where your soul feels more aligned with some aspect of the animal world or of nature that you've always kind of felt was missing when you first incarnated here. And then you slowly discover it as you move back towards this state of dream life utopia, where you're like, either you surround yourself by animals, you live in the wild, or you live in nature, or you commune with animals on a daily basis that come to you from the wild or in your dreams, like I said, animal spirits or animal totems. And I feel like that's heavily, deeply connected and interwoven with your, what you would consider a state of utopia, or dream life. So let's get more on this for you and find out what your dream life and state of utopia feels like for group 2, please. Show us all about group 2's dream life. Ooh, this one kind of highlighted. Rabbit. I knew you were going to get an animal. Those are not all animal cards. I just knew. I mean, you knew. We all knew you were going to get somebody. You got rabbit. Card 14. Look at this rabbit. You may resonate with rabbits. There's butterflies here too. Abundance, prosperity, luck, fertility. So, and you also have the lion here on your main card. Let me check your camera angle. Yes, we are in the frame. It's a go. All levels go for group 2 is what I'm hearing. In this state of utopia, you feel abundant. You feel creatively fertile. Like whatever you touch your hand to, you can harvest. You may be gardening, because I don't see you being disconnected with nature, because it's one and the same. So I see you like gardening or having some sort of farm, like I said, livestock, but I see you working deeply with the earth in all aspects, and it being very abundant. Like you could have a crop, maybe you have honey, maybe you sell things at a farmer's market, maybe you create things in harmony with Mother Nature for your income or for your creative flow or your sense of life purpose. I just see it. I can't believe on the table you already have 2 animals in both of your cards. And I see it bringing you a lot of prosperity and luck. I see you living in this bubble of, like in a good bubble of like, not like you've self-isolated, but I do see you living kind of a little bit isolated. I feel like you are more comfortable with the animals in nature than the human race, and that's completely fine. You don't have to intermingle and be in a highly populated, dense area if you're a sensitive soul and if you feel better communing with nature. That's probably how we were meant to be. We've probably moved very far away from that, and I see your state of utopia and dream life being you reconnecting to that. So this is either you move and buy land out in the country, or like I said, the wilderness, a forest. I see it heavily, your locale geographically being a huge part of your everyday, day-to-day life. I see it being a huge, expansive state. Even if you don't own that particular land, you could own just a very small plot or be renting it, or even camping or something, like temporarily moving through. You could be a traveler, like a nomad, where you don't have any particular place that you stay, but you kind of travel the world and you commune and interact and connect deeply with every area that you travels, nature and animal population. I am going to get the tarot for you. I didn't get this in group 1, but I've been excited to use this unicorn deck. And this whole time that I've been talking, my guides are projecting it to me in like the corner of my mind's eye. I'm like, yes, I'm getting to it. I just have to finish this first thought. So show us more about group 2's dream life. I heard animal kingdom. That makes sense, obviously. Show us what utopia would feel like for group 2, their ideal dream life on all aspects for group 2. I heard cornelian. I'm not sure what that is. If that's a crystal or a color or somebody's name. Oh, Knight of Pentacles coming out. So we got the unicorn here with the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles, that's the earthy knight. That's the earth. That knight lives in the earth. Like that knight is so rooted and grounded. The energy of this Knight of Pentacles, it's very slow and steady and patient, not slow like in a bad way, slow like we all need to slow down, out of the hustle, out of the grind loop, out off of the hamster wheel. The Knight of Pentacles would never be caught on a hamster wheel. The Knight of Pentacles would be standing rooted beside someone on the hamster wheel, just looking at them, being like, come join me here in this steady place of abundance and rooted, grounded awareness. I see you being, like I said, it's Knight of Pentacles is so this rabbit card, prosperity, abundance, rooted, grounded, investing in things. I see you investing in things, your time, your energy. And this is heavy, like agricultural farmer energy. It doesn't have to be on a large scale. Like it could be your own, personal garden, and you share it with your family and friends or neighbors. I see you just being lots in the mud. Like your regular footwear is probably wellies, or some sort of boots, rubber boots. I'm just seeing that for somebody. I see you definitely having horses. You probably are connected with the unicorns. You could be earth signs or just have heavy earth signs in your chart. I see you, your dream life, your utopia is, some of you, it's an animal sanctuary, like a refuge where you've saved animal rescues. Some of you already probably have that or are already in this energy. Show us more for group. I love your guys' pile. This is not an energy that comes up a lot, right? There's not a lot of readings that I've seen where this type of information has come through or can come through. So I'm really glad that we found this for you here and kind of created this portal. For group 2, please. Show us more. Oh yes, 7 of Wands. Oh my gosh, these cards are too adorable. 7 of Wands. This is one of my favorite cards. 7 of Wands is like, you just know yourself. You're so rooted and grounded. No one can knock you off your confidence and your purpose and your goal. This is people saying like, that's so silly. Like, why you live with your animals in your dream world? And you're like, yeah, I do. Like, I literally do. Like, sorry. Sorry for you if you don't have the same thing. I see people challenging you, your family or friends or just community could be like, well, you live alone on that farm. Why are you rescuing so many animals? Blah, blah, blah. Just, I don't know why people have such issues with people like living their best life. Look at how you have the 2 unicorns on either side here. You could have a partner in this. Like you could either be with someone now who you're creating this dream life with, or you could meet someone. I'm just getting like there's a purple unicorn and then there's this pink-haired unicorn, and it is giving a couple. And I also got that with the rabbit card with fertility, and I also got that with the 22, like 2, a pair. It's a grouping. It's a partnership. I'm getting that for some of you, that you create this life together. But the 7 of Wands is you keep your stability. People might challenge you. People might want to kind of question your decision about this dream life that you're building, but I see you moving peacefully through any conversations like that. Like, look how gentle this unicorn is holding her wand. It's like, this is mine, and there's other ones there, and I'm not concerned with them. I'm not concerned with other people's dream lives or utopias. Everyone has their own chance to create their own personal utopia, and this is the one that I'm creating. And I see you standing firm and grounded. You're so grounded in this 7 of Wands. I see the animals really supporting you, like they give you strength. There's probably spirit animals, like I said, who come to you on a or ones that you have like in your actual everyday life, like certain horses or something, where your connection with them runs so deep. Like I can feel it in my heart space, that no one questioning you or saying, oh, you're not that's so silly, or why do you have that, or that's too many animals. I don't know. Like, I don't know why people would have beef with that. But I feel that for some reason with the 7 of Wands, you're having to hold your ground on something where there's either people trying to push you off of your vision, but you're just very peacefully like, listen, there's no way I'm gonna trade this. Oh, I see what it is. Okay. So for some of you, yeah, because you're like, there's no way I'm gonna trade this dream life that I live here in communion with my beautiful animal friends for like a corporate job. And there's no shade to corporate jobs, right? I was in that for a majority of my life. And there's people who are lights in that world who need to be there too. But I'm just saying, I feel there's some pressure. Quite possibly you were grown into, like your earth family, or grown into, you were built, for crying out loud, you were born into your earth family, and maybe they have heavy expectations, right? Like maybe you're a lone wolf in this, the black sheep, literally wolf, sheep, all these animal references coming up in your energy. And your family could be like, no, we're all dentists, you have to be a dentist, or we're all teachers, you have to do that, or we've all gone to school for this, you have to follow in our footsteps, or we have a family business and it's very important that you do this. And you're like, this is my dream life. So I do see for some of you being challenged on this for some reason, but I see your soft, beautiful energy just holding your position steadfast. I don't see it really being a big factor, other than that it's kind of annoying that you have to constantly maybe defend to the people around you your this beautiful world that you're creating. But I also see it being very healing. I feel like once people go there or get to understand or know this heaven that you've created, then those questions and that challenge stop. And quite frankly, they probably want to visit more often. Spirit showing me, they're like, oh, we could come next weekend. And you're like, yeah, I'm sure you could, now that you see this beautiful haven, this literal utopia that I've created, and the feeling that the animals give, because people don't understand, right, the animal kingdom unless they commune with them. So, and have that connection, they don't understand that pure unconditional love and that resonance. It's like tuning into source itself, right? And so a lot of people who don't have that alignment with the animal and nature kingdoms and worlds, they don't understand it. It seems silly to them, right? They're like, oh, animals, and they scoff. It's like, yeah, just scoff at like your actual nature. Like, though, unfortunately, some of those people are so disconnected, right, and out of alignment with their true self. Of course, that's why I see you not really being swayed with the Seven of Wands. You stand very rooted in your position, because I think you understand that it's coming from a level of consciousness that they're just disconnected from their own self. So how can they have any opinion on that you would value on your choices in life? Show us more for group 2. This is such intriguing energy. Like, I just love this little window into your life that I feel like I've never seen this type of like scenario before. Okay, here's your card popping out. Oh, Ten of Swords. Yeah. Oh, look at this cute. These cards are too adorable. They just have such a light-hearted energy. So I feel like for some of you, you retreated. I feel like this Seven of Wands, where you had to hold your position, was a result of this Ten of Swords. There was something, maybe you did join that family business, or you did go down that route, or you were in some sort of other chapter in your life, part of that, and it was extraordinarily toxic and mentally burdensome to you. It was such a disconnect, I feel, from who you really are. It was like having 10 swords in your heart and your mind all the time. Now, you also could have suffered a heartbreak in some regard. Maybe one of your animals passed on, or was, harmed, or maybe the Ten of Swords is these rescue animals and having to see what they've gone through, in environments that were not supportive or loving towards them, right? There's some pain that pushed you to create this haven, this sanctuary. It could have been personal pain, or it could have been the pain that you saw from the animals, like this unicorn here lying with the 10 swords. Like, you could be animal rights, you could be vegans, vegetarians. You don't have to be. I'm just saying there could be. That's that energy here of heavily protective of the animal kingdom. This could extend to oceans, marine life, reefs. You could be environmental advocates. Anything having to do with this realm. I feel like it's heartbreaking for you to see what to see how disconnected we are from nature and the animal kingdom as society as a whole, that you've made it your life's purpose to create a space around you where you feel safe and where you feel that animals and nature can flourish, because the change that you can make, right, has to start with your own world. And I think you realize that at some point. And I see you moving away from anything that was kind of toxic or mentally burdensome or heartbreaking to you. And that's why you had to stay firm in your beliefs. Seven of Wands. It brought you to some sort of place of clarity, and it brought you to a place of resolve, inner resolve. Like, this is my life's purpose. This is my life's mission, to help and support and be an advocate for this. Yeah, they're showing me in Wicked, where I don't know the characters' names. I've only seen it once, but some of the characters commune with the animal kingdom, and the animals are being like outcast when they used to talk in this movie. And there's certain ones of them who advocate for the animal kingdom and try to get them safe passage and things like this. They're showing me that. My spirit guides. That's the energy that you are. I'm also seeing Narnia. But I think that's because this lion here is strongly giving that lion there. The star, oh yes, okay. The stars is Aquarius energy coming up here, which is heavy Aquarius and Pisces energy in a reading like this, where you're imagining and we're going into our dream state of like heavy creative energy about a dream life, about a utopia and bringing it to fruition. But look at this beautiful card here. The two what are these, cisterns here with the water, deep emotions running out here. You provide healing. You provide a wish come true and a safe haven. You provide, look at this beautiful, this is exactly what I see. There's like a pond here. There's a beautiful countryside. There's a bird in this tree. There's flowers all around, and there's animals that feel safe. It's just, you've created a safe haven, a sanctuary, where you feel that you're providing healing and restoration for the animal kingdom, for nature, but it's also for you. It's this pouring in and out of the two water cisterns, right? It's like you give and it gives to you, and it's this beautiful symbiotic relationship. I really love your reading. It's just making me feel so like warm. You have such a big heart. Like, oh my gosh, it's absolutely rare on this earth. And like, literally thank Goddess for people like you. As you got heart chakra, this is what I'm saying. Card 4, moss agate, heart chakra with intention. This is your soul's intention when it came here. They're showing me you as a soul pre-incarnating, and you were like, let me get there for the animal world. Like, someone has to be an advocate, someone has to help heal this. You probably are from other planetary dimensions, or just other dimensions where you work, you live closely in commune with the animals. And so you were like, I'll be the one. That's my soul's intention. I'm going to go back and I'm going to create on this earth plane change. I'm going to create change. I'm going to move that needle. I deeply see you moving from your heart in everything that you do. Show us more, please, for group 2. More for group 2, please. And their personal dream life or utopia, and what would that look like for them? Sorry, I'm just channeling while I'm shuffling, so that's why sometimes I get quiet. Okay, you go, oh, beautiful. Oh, wow. Okay. Metamorphosis, this card says, embrace transformation. Things are now different. I feel like something's happened either like I feel like I said, you lived a whole different life before. This could have been some sort of pressure from something that you had to, as you had this enlightenment and you had to hold your position, like it could have been family pressure or societal pressure or something. And I feel like you had this intense metamorphosis, like a butterfly, where you're like, I used to be this corporate, baddie, but now I'm like a farm baddie, and or like you just had something happen where you're like, I've got to make a change. I see that you invested a lot of yourself and your energy in this dream world. This could have either happened already, or I'm just seeing into the timeline of you creating your dream world. There's something where things change and are heavily different from what you were living before, and you were maybe out of connection or out of alignment with that world, but your heart was always there, and you have this beautiful metamorphosis at some point here. There's some threshold where you move into this earthy energy, into this star energy, and you die to that old life, the 10 of Swords, where, because the 10 is the ending it, that's it, it's over. Maybe you also had a divorce or a marriage end or a job end or a toxic environment, or you ostracized from your family. There's something where there was like some huge ending with grief and pain and heartbreak, but also relief because it was over. Relief because now you're free. And when you were released, you moved into this beautiful butterfly. You literally came out of that cocoon that you fought your way out of into your freedom, and you birthed into this new realm where you just are this earth goddess, earth knight, earth knightess, and you feel, even if money is not like a huge thing on your mind, I'm sure it's there because running those type of environments and spaces is very, you need a lot of money to do that. But I don't feel you're motivated at all by money. Like, I don't feel like that drives you. I feel like it's there because you have abundance, prosperity, luck, fertility. I feel like because you're in alignment with your true purpose, the money just flows. But this is such a change from maybe a previous life or chapter in your life, and as you shift into this utopia, I see you sometimes looking back and being like, wow, like how different am I now? Not that there was anything wrong with you now or then or whatever, just different, where you have this like inner transformation and this inner awakening, and you really step into your true purpose, which was always to be, if you have that calling to animals, that's obviously a huge part of your soul's purpose and alignment. And when it feels most in alignment is in resonance with nature and the animal kingdom. For some of you study animals, I'm seeing. Ooh, would love this. Okay, look at this. Look at the image on the card. A personal utopia. This image, they're bathing in this beautiful lagoon surrounded by these white flowers at night with the stars in the sky, and it says water your garden. Literally you have gardens around you in this utopia. Nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. Okay, with this transformation, things are now different card in this utopia reading. I'm strongly getting that you were burnt out with the 10 of Swords, strongly getting that you were completely like at a burnout, like you may have even been hospitalized for physical exhaustion at some point. You could have been just working and hamster wheeling, or there was something that was so out of alignment with you that people might have been like, oh my gosh, we all work, what's the big deal? It was just so out of alignment with you that your soul was literally cracking in half, like it couldn't take the disconnection anymore. You just saw so many things in your everyday to day world that was not right in your soul. And I see you had some sort of period of burnout. This probably already happened, like I said in a previous chapter. And you came to this utopian dream life, or you come to it, or you're doing it now, or you're searching for it now, or creating it now, because you realize your body needs this tenderness, nourishment, rest, body care. I see you using herbs and plants to create your own skincare products, like you probably, like not maybe like actual, that you would sell in a store, but I see you using things from Mother Nature for your body care, like skin care and things like this, like using honey or milk or avocado or things like this instead of more regular products that you could buy in a store. I see you pouring into this dream that you have, but that it also is a place of rest and safety and nourishment for you. Like you can swim in your stream or the pond or your pool. You can rest in your garden under the sun, under the tree. You lay down in the shade of the big oak tree and heal your entire nervous system laying on the earth with the animals around you. Like it's so healing because this star, right? I'm getting heavy healing from that star card. It's so healing and nourishing for you and for your soul. It's just such a symbiotic give take Six of Pentacles environment. Like it's so reciprocity. It's really, really beautiful. It's such a beautiful safe haven. It's like your escape, but you're not escaping anymore. It's just your new world. But in a way, I feel like you did have to escape some sort of Ten of Swords energy, and you found yourself and this animal kingdom and Mother Nature. I feel like you all feel like you escaped to a dimensional plane of living where there is peace and harmony and love and unconditional love and nourishment and rest and ease. Even though you work very hard, you don't feel like it's work because it soothes your soul to have your hands in the soil and to be able to take care for the animals and put your hand on the bark of a tree. Like it doesn't feel like work, right? Final card here for group 2. Oh, that one hopped right off into my hand. Such beautiful energy here. I loved doing your guys' reading. So, oh yes, okay, so see here, you got this in this deck. This is the Tower, the crumbling. What are you clinging to? Now, if you're not looking at the camera, this is exactly what I've been describing about your energy. Look at the abundant nature crumbling through this dark, rigid structure of the Tower. So some part of this dream life comes through for you at this metamorphosis point, at an embrace transformation. So if you feel your soul calling you to this utopia, to this, quite, big, huge change, if you've been in a corporate world or in a heavily populated area or whatever that change feels like to you that doesn't feel resonant with your soul, this darkness, this structure, this rigidity, this heavy stone concrete facade, right? It could come to you through a crumbling of that old life, of that old structure, because your soul and the universe and source, whatever you want to call it, will always call you through anything that is no longer serving you, anything that is not aligned with you. It will fall away. And so it may feel uncomfortable in the moment or require some change or movement on your part. Ultimately, it's your abundance, this creative, lush, natural life of ease and flow and deep nourishment and rest, where your nervous system, I just see heavy nervous system healing here. It in your heart just feels so at ease and aligned in this new life, whatever that is for you, whether it's selling your place and you're traveling now and you're communing with nature, or you've downsized, or you're moving, to the country or to the forest or somewhere that's further away. I'm just seeing this, or if it's you've been in like a structure of a career or an identity or a role that you just don't feel is right or fits you anymore. And you come out into this, because this doesn't have to be this huge, epic thing where you have an animal rescue and whatever. That's for whoever that resonates with, right? Or a farm. This could be literally just, I don't feel aligned with this job or this role anymore, and I want to do something that's more in alignment with my spirit. I want to work in animal, as an animal psychic or an animal healing or as a dog walker, or I want to be a pet sitter. Like it's on whatever spectrum that change is for you. There's some connection to you recommuning and this old life crumbling, this old chapter or structure that was like society imposed or some sort of distortion or illusion, and this lush, abundance, colorful, nourishing, heavy reciprocative energy that Mother Nature gives. It's like you go out in the sun, that sun will charge your soul up in 2 minutes. You know what I mean? It gives to you. Unlike if you go watch TV, for example, it might be entertaining, but it does take from you. It can be energetically draining. The sun is nature is highly reciprocal energy. Of course, do everything in safety, right? We've got to live in this world in the way that is safe for us. I'm not saying go and be in an unsafe amounts of UV, whatever. But I'm just saying the sun, in the early morning or the evening in small doses is all you need, and it will heal so many things in your body, charge your souls, give you energy. It's reciprocal energy, is what I'm seeing, and it's abundant and lush. Really beautiful reading. I have so much love and respect and am awe of your beautiful, kind, huge hearts, the intention that your soul has here. You have a beautiful dream life, this utopia on whatever scale that you're creating it in commune and in togetherness with the nature world, with the animal kingdom, with another person or partner on your path. If that's something that you also resonated with, bringing in this nourishment, this abundance, this prosperity, this alignment, and this complete restoration and transformation of your soul and of your energy is just absolutely magical. And I love this for you. Thank you so much for being here. If one of the other groups called you, then I will see you there in a little bit. And if not, I'll see you in another reading on another day. Bye. Hello, group 3. Welcome to your reading all about what is your dream life, your state of utopia. What does that feel like to you? You chose card 33, Soul Love, with this Amazonite crystal. I think it's Amazonite. Let's first read from your card. Unconditional love. This says you are clear, pure love. Nothing from your past will block your dreams. Oh, wow. What a powerful statement to come out. Your future will be nothing like what has been before. You are at the center of your universe, looking outward through your experiences. When you look out in balance, you are seeing through love and will experience many variations of love. Make love your purpose. Find it wherever you can. If you begin to introduce anything to your world that does not feel like love, shift your awareness, your energy, or your eyes until you return to love. Become so devoted to your purpose of love that no one will sway you from it. Unconditional love is not about tolerating or diminishing yourself to make another feel good. These are conditional actions that will make you feel less than or resentful. If you are trying to believe something that is not your truth, it will feel awful because you are not in agreement with your soul. Your job is to feel balanced in each moment. If you can't, go easy on yourself, as it's just a sign you are yet to love something about yourself. Oh, wow. That's powerful. Utopia dream life you're building here. Like, wow. Unconditional love for yourself, for others, not letting your past hold you back. Let's get right away into one. Actually, let's do your tarot right from the beginning. Spirit saying, show us group. We're using this unicorn tarot today. I love this deck. For group 3, show us all about their dream life and about what would feel like a state of utopia to them. Soul Love, card 33. This could be about abundance too, with 3s there. This could be about togetherness with unity. Oh, 2 of Cups! Love! Okay, wow. Now this can be about you in harmony with your higher self, aligning with your true soul, the 2 unicorns, horns touching here. Or of course, it could be about finding a soulmate or a aligned partner, spiritual counterpart here in this earthly realm also. And in fact, you would have to have that connection with your higher self in harmony in order to bring in a truly aligned, fulfilled connection also, right? So wow, really powerful, right off the hop there for you coming out there. Let me just move these up a little wee bit. Please show us more for group 3. So I would say partnership, either with the person that you're with, if you're currently in a divine connection, or finding that sense of partnership, of harmony, of intimacy. Oh, you got 2 of Swords. How interesting. You got 2 twos. I wonder if you have messages in group 2 or if you're from there. 2 of Swords coming out with the 2 of Cups. Look at this unicorn blindfolded with the 2 swords. This is about choosing. Now, in this particular, or having crossroads energy or choosing a different path, I feel like in this particular card, it's almost like with the unicorn blindfolded and the 2 swords in front, it's almost like it's saying choose intuitively. In your divine, I meant to say in your utopia, but in your divine utopia, I sense that you make choices. You could even be blindfolded because you choose from your heart. You choose not with your mind. You choose not with social, pressures or any sort of expectation. You choose from your actual soul's purpose and path. Everything, exactly what that unconditional card just said. And even with this blindfold, it's almost giving exactly what we just read. If there's anything if you start to feel yourself shift out of the energy of love, you almost put on this soul's blindfold, so to speak, and say, okay, let's not focus our attention there where it's going to be draining or where it's going to make our frequency anchor into something that we don't want to anchor or make a cord to, right? So we're going to shift our energy, shift our focus back to love, back to alignment, back to a higher perspective, positive expectation. It's not about spiritual bypassing. It's not about burying your head in the sand. It's about choosing with intention the frequency that you want to emanate and the position and state of being that you want to live from. And with this 2 of Swords, I really see that being strong focus and intention for you in this dream life where you're choosing intuitively what feels right. You're making choices, you're making decisions, you're having clarity from a place of your third eye, from a place of inner knowing, from a place of being heart-led. You're not letting things from the outside or illusions or distortions make those choices. You're not making choices out of fear. Let's get a little bit more of those tarot. Wow. I can't believe you have 2 twos out and your card is 33. The alignment alone just visually is just soothing my soul. Show us more for group 3 with soul love, unconditional love. What does their dream life, state of utopia feel like? Yeah, I'm hearing partnership. I feel like you have a strong call in your soul for intimate relationship, for a close romantic partnership where you deeply connect with somebody else's soul who you intended to find on this path. Now, if you have that deep longing or call or desire, you likely incarnated here with some sort of soulmate or some sort of whatever you want to call it, to find that person, especially that you're getting this to that mirroring already. So if you haven't met that person, if you have met that person, I would say this is confirmation. If you know in your soul it's your person, or if you are still on the search for your person, or in a place of allowing, waiting for that. I kind of threw those off the deck. Then I threw those off the deck, to be honest with you, because I said waiting for that, and my guides were like, that's not not accurate, because I don't feel like you're waiting. I feel like it's in perfect divine timing. And so when I was talking to them about that, I got distracted from shuffling. So that's really what happened there, if you're wondering. You got, oh, you had another two. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. This reading has been so stinking aligned. I mean, the whole reading, like groups one and group two, but now you guys getting two, two, two. I won't tell you what happened in pile one because I don't want to ruin the surprise. If you're going there or if you were from there, then you know. But you got two, two, two. So you now got three twos, two of wands. If this is another two, okay, I was gonna say, like, I almost got chills. You got a two of wands. So this is crossroads energy. This is, do I want to stay where I'm comfortable, or do I want to move on towards brighter pastures, or do I want to try to alchemize, where I am and make it something else, or, have a new beginning where I am, or is there another choice that would be better suited for me? Really interesting energy. So it's quite possible that you could be in this two of wands, two of swords energy right now when you're coming to this reading, where you're having to make a decision about, I want to put all of these twos together, where you're having to make a decision about something in your, that you feel you're in your heart, you're called to or aligned with, and you're having to choose intuitively from your heart, like this unicorn. Maybe it has to do with moving towards your two of cups, finding your divine partnership. The two of wands is all about that action. Do you stay? Do you go? Do you venture out into unknown worlds to greener pastures, or do you feel that your heart is calling you where you are? Only you can know. But that's definitely about choice and about making decisions. So there could be something, what I was trying to say is, you could be in a position right now where you feel like you're being called into that crossroads or detour or choice energy, and able to, in order to move into this unconditional love, utopian dream life. Now, the King of Swords, this is an energy of an individual coming in with a lot of clarity and logic. This could be you. This could be air energy, an air sign, or this could just be you being very logical and practical and clear-minded, and using the clarity of your mind in order to make decisions that you know are right for you and logical. Or that this could represent somebody else, right? This could be your partner or this person that comes across your path. Let me get one more of these to round this spread out before we get more. And you got the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. So this is more crossroads energy, right? The Seven of Pentacles is where you're reassessing, kind of a little bit of like, I've been planting this, I'm starting to see growth from it. Do I want to change my approach? Do I want to keep investing here? Is there any changes that I want to make? Is there anything I need to expand on? Or is this somewhere that I want to keep investing my pentacles because it's starting to show growth? Is there any adjustments that I need to make there? So before we read any more from the tarot, let's get more of your cards so I can get a better, well-rounded view of the interpretation of this spread for your dream life and your utopian state, because a lot of different meanings could come out, but we need more and able to get the clear message for group three, please. I'm still in shock that you got three twos in group three. Oh, you got card 4, heart chakra, intention. Yes, this is exactly what I saw here with the Two of Swords. It's like the Two of Swords is about crossroads energy, right? Or making decisions. But in this particular spread, I'm strongly getting that you're able to choose and make decisions from your heart, from a place of clarity, which is actually why I think the King of Swords came in for you. It's saying that maybe in the past you've been confused, or you were unsure what to do, or things were unclear. But I feel like in this new place, love feels very clear. You're able to make quick decisions. You see the red flags right away. You're able to cut right through any uncertainty. I don't feel like you're in an energy of, is this for me? I'm not really sure. How should I progress? Too much here in this new dream life. I feel like you move fully from your heart. I feel like your heart's intentions are clear, and I feel like you really, with the Seven of Pentacles, you assess things. You give a little bit, you invest a little bit, and then you take a look and you say, you know what, is there fair reciprocal energy here? Do I feel like I'm being honored? Do I feel like this is the love that I had have envisioned in my heart and that I sense is truly for me? Or am I just falling into old patterns or worthiness issues? Let's get way more information here about your utopian dream life. What would that feel like for group 3? I feel like there is a little bit of interference here with current limiting beliefs or a current situation that you've got going on. Like we're not able to quite step into your utopian dream life conversation yet, because there's a few things we've got to sort out here. So let's see what and get to the bottom of that. See, none of this matters. You got this perspective card. Zoom out, common ground. So there's that word, common ground. It's quite possible this is about a very particular relationship you have on your mind and finding some sort of reconnection or change in perspective about it, because it just feels like you're really kind of caught up or tied up in not knowing what to do about the situation. Do you want to continue to invest? Should you stay? Should you go? Is this something you can build into the future, or is this somewhere you should have your guard up? That could be not regarding a particular situation. This could be a repetitive cycle or pattern that you find yourself in regarding romantic connections, where you meet and then all of a sudden you invest the 7 of Pentacles, and then you're taking stock and you're saying, is this something with the 2 of Wands that I want to move forward with, or is this something that I don't really feel like is a good investment of my energy? Maybe you have conflict. Maybe you're really trying to tune into your heart about it. And then you'll have this clarity with the King of Swords where you're like, okay, I know exactly what to do. I've got to cut this off, or I want to continue with it. I would say most of the time, you know, and you've been in the energy where you feel like you don't want to continue with it, where you feel like you want to cut it off. Because it's not in resonance with your heart. Now, I'm getting a really strong, none of this matters, zoom out, common ground. I'm getting 2 strong messages. One is that for those of you that you're currently in a connection and it's showing on the table that you're having this questioning about this connection. Is this part of your dream life? Can we bring this energy into this dream life conversation? Is this person coming along with you on this journey, right? So we can see if we can get answers about that. We'll see what comes out. But for the other part of you, if you're not with someone, this is an energy that you've been in, where I see you asking the universe, why am I still alone? Why am I not able to find a partner? Why is this cycle so repetitive for me, where I meet someone, I think there's potential, I assess, and then I see that there's not, and I have to cut it off. They're either emotionally unavailable, or there's just no connection there, or I don't see a future. And then I have this clarity, and I see the truth of the situation, and then I have to end it, and I have to remove myself from this dynamic because it's not holding the energy that my heart desires. And I feel like there's a frustration there and a questioning of, is there something wrong with you? The answer is no. There is a very special, you are a very special individual, right? Of course, we're all special and unique, right? But there are certain people who will not be satisfied with a really certain level of intimacy. It has to be magic. It has to be aligned. It has to be harmonious. I feel like you are very happy on your own in your own life. And you're very tuned into your heart space. And so there's no reason that you're going to just partner up to partner up. If this person is not adding value, if they do not see you, if you're not able to connect with them and they're not connecting with you, and you don't feel honored and adored as a soul, you're not able to pour into them if they have walls up, or they're not pouring into you if there's just like a lack of generosity of spirit there, then you're not going to settle for that, right? Which you should not. So I see that you have been in that energy if you're coming to this group, but your utopian is actually this unconditional love. Now, unconditional love does not have to be romantic, right? Unconditional love is a state that anyone can choose to be in, right? About anything, about you can have unconditional love about your sleep at night, about your tea or coffee in the morning, about the sunrise, about your pets, about your children, about friends, about like your job and your career, about conflict, about any situation that you're in. You can choose a state of unconditional love. It doesn't require anything back. The only reason I'm bringing up romantic connections is because Two of Cups is on the table, right? So this could be about romantic connection, or this could be about reconnecting with yourself into unconditional love. Maybe you've been in an energy where you've constantly been searching outside of yourself and looking for that person, and the universe is coming in here in this reading saying, listen, zoom out. None of this matters. All these relationships, all these karmic connections, all these soul contracts, they're all part of the playground of life. But you are here to live in unconditional love and to reconnect with your own soul. This partnership, it will come in the right timing, but that doesn't need to be your main focus, because when it comes, you will have more than enough time to be in that energy and in that connection and in that chapter of your life. But if you are not partnered up now, and that is something that you want, this is showing here that you have the ability to reconnect with your own heart space, with your own intentions, with your own place of unconditional love. And maybe there's a little bit of disconnection from your heart space with the King of Swords, right? And the Two of Swords. There's two swords here, which can be a little bit air energy, and choosing just from logic and choosing just from the mind, or a place of. So I wonder if there's been a connection. Maybe it's someone that's been on your mind, or if there's a connection that's going to be coming up that's going to require you to shift a little bit more into your heart space, because some things can't be figured out at the level of the mind, right? They have to be sensed at the level of the heart. And I wonder if that's what this reading is about here. Let's get more for you and find out. For group 3, what is their dream life like? I feel like we have barely gotten into it in this group. It came out really quickly in groups 1 and 2. This group, it's like there's something we need to wade through here first. There's some realization that Spirit's trying to make you aware of before you can step through this threshold. And I wonder if that's why maybe you haven't been able to reach what you feel would be your dream life yet. I mean, it's possible you could be living it now. Okay, you got gratitude. It says thank you, gratitude, appreciating what's sustaining you. This is an energy of unconditional love, right? When we move into a state of appreciation, it's said that it's one of the highest frequencies to be in, because you're in a state of allowing. You're in a state of acceptance and appreciation for what is. And when you're in that frequency, you're saying to the quantum realm, I have everything I need. This is so amazing. It's the energy of unconditional love. Thank you for the sun. Thank you for the birds. Thank you for this roof over my head. When you're not looking at lack, just like your original card said, but you're shifting your perspective to the more, to what is there. It's, half glass full, not half empty energy, which is interesting because you have the Two of Cups. That could be that half glass. Is the half glass full or is the half glass empty? Which way are you perceiving your life? So when you're appreciating what's around you, I feel like you will instantly, this would be a quantum jump type of energy, because this is a state of being and perspective. For example, you could be in a relationship currently, or you could be single and be feeling dissatisfied in either of those environments, right? You could choose, say after this reading, to meditate, center your energy, allow it to raise to a frequency of unconditional love, of appreciation, of compassion, of oneness, right? Reconnecting with that heart chakra. You could shift into such pure appreciation for your life that any dissatisfaction you had in that relationship, you perceive it completely differently. You have pure appreciation for it. You zoom out, you see where you can have common ground. You achieve the frequency of harmony. You achieve the frequency of just pure acceptance and allowance, not in a way of like if there's toxic behaviors going on. I'm not saying that, but even so, you would still have pure unconditional love for this soul or karmic partner or soulmate or soul contract. And then you could still exit that meditation and make your decisions to realize that this is no longer serving you, right? I'm just saying. Or you could achieve that state of unconditional love and then see the situation from a different perspective and be like, wow, this person really is amazing. I really am making a mountain out of a molehill, or they're making a mountain out of a molehill, or we've just lost our spark, or we've just disconnected, or we've just started looking at the glass half empty. And that's a small shift that I can make, and I can lead by example. You could instantly shift into this dream life, utopian blissful state where you're walking through your life feeling appreciation for the life that you do have, for the partner that you do have. Now, same scenario if you're single and wanting a partner, you could shift into this state of unconditional love, this appreciation for the life that you are living, and then suddenly you realize you have no lack. You zoom out, your perspective reconnects with that of your higher self. And if you've been in that state, sometimes it's in your meditation, sometimes you can carry it through your day, or something happens in your day that you shift onto that higher frequency. You don't feel the lack. All of a sudden you'll feel excited for it. You'll feel like, okay, when it comes, it's perfect timing. But right now my life is so juicy. Right now I love being with myself. I love communing with myself. I love my self-nurture. I love my self-care. I love taking care of myself. I love loving on myself. I love being in such an energy of unconditional love for my life. I love my house. I love my pets. I love my work. I love my job. I love the street. I love my neighbors. I love these flowers. I love my food. I love, you can just rampage yourself into such a state of unconditional love for whatever circumstances you're in, that you will no longer feel that yearning for the partner. That desire will still be there, but it will shift out of that yearning. You will no longer feel the lack of it, because you've now raised your frequency to where you actually have it in that timeline. So you don't feel that gap anymore, right? And so you could actually shift into feeling the same way that you would feel when that partner comes before they come, which paradoxically means it will come faster. Either that relationship that you're in, the harmony will return and the intimacy will return and deepen if it's something that you want to continue with and it's aligned with you, or that person will come in faster, and all of a sudden you turn a corner in a couple days and boom, there they are. It's something like that, where spirit's gently encouraging you to reconnect with your own soul here, with your own heart chakra, and with the frequency of unconditional love, for the pure purpose of allowing more love and appreciation in through the aperture that you are perceiving through this avatar. And it will immediately infuse those moments, whether you achieve it for 15 minutes in meditation, or sitting out, in nature, or walking your dog, or on your drive home listening to, some music that uplifts you, or whether you're able to bring it through to your day for some period of time. And the more you practice it, the more you can achieve it for longer periods of time. Exactly what your card said. You shift your focus. Let's read it again, because now that this has come up, I feel like it's going to land differently with you, right? Now that we've identified and explored the energy more, this is exactly what your reading is about. Where's the part? Find it wherever you can. This is what your reading is about. Your state of utopia and dream life is this: make love your purpose, experiencing many variations of love. See through the eyes of love. Find it wherever you can. If you begin to introduce anything that does not feel like love, shift your awareness, your energy, or your eyes until you return to love. Shift your awareness, your energy, or your eyes until you return to love. Becoming so devoted to your purpose of love that no one will sway you from it. Gosh darn, this is making me want to do this. I'm going to meditate on this after, because quite frankly, why would I not want to do this? Like your guys' reading just gave me an enlightened insight into, of course, it's like, great. I feel like I'm always doing that. But now I'm seeing I could do this so much more. And why wouldn't you? Because that would be the ultimate utopian. Living from a state of unconditional love. Like, golly, yes, please. You would just be walking around so blissed out, Become so devoted to your purpose of love that no one will sway you from it. Not a partner that's disgruntled or in negative energy. Not the fact that no one's lying beside you in bed at night. Nothing will sway you from it. Unconditional love is not about tolerating or diminishing yourself to make another feel good, right? So that's not what this is. This is not saying this is a toxic situation or this person is, not good for me, but I'm just going to, put up with it because I'm an unconditional love. You can do whatever you want, but there's certain you're meant to be in a place that feels good to you. That's always the case, right? So if you're in a place that doesn't feel good to you, for sure, shift your frequency first and see if it starts to feel good to you, because sometimes things don't feel good or like they don't fit because we're out of harmony with the connection, right? So try that first, absolutely. If it's still not fitting, or you're still like, I still feel called somewhere else, my heart is still calling me somewhere else, then you make those arrangements, right? To move towards a connection that, or to just being on your own for a little bit or whatever it is. But it's not really about that. It's about being in your state of utopia, is about whether someone's there or someone's not there. You're there with yourself. And it says, let's go. If you're trying to believe something that is not your truth, you're always going to feel resentful or less than. And it will feel awful if it's not in agreement with your soul. So if it continues to feel awful, then that's your sign to make other plans, right? To move towards something that does feel in alignment. Your job is to feel balanced in every moment. But this is about being in that state of unconditional love for the pure joy of being in that state of unconditional love. And then, of course, that's a high attractive frequency. You magnetically attract everything that you want from that frequency. So it's also super beneficial, which every time I talk about something like this reminds me, like, wait, why am I not spending more of my day making sure that I'm in that frequency? I think because if you're like me, sometimes you're always residing in a pretty good general happy frequency that when you get off of it, you kind of like don't notice it that much. But I feel like there's always more focus and awareness that could be done there in terms of spiritual work for myself anyway. So this is just a good reminder. That's why I'm just like tagging on to your reading here. Ooh, I love this. Okay, what deck did I pull this out of? Okay, you got the Courageous Peony, multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. Okay, so this is what I was getting with that message of if you're not partnered up or you're still searching and you're wondering like, why am I still alone? This is why. You're not just any old Joe Schmo, no offense to Joe Schmo, but you are multifaceted and unique. And it says, let yourself be seen, which means put yourself in places that your person can find you. Go out and about, socialize, follow your not that you're looking, but live your best, fullest life. Be truly, authentically yourself. If you feel inspired to get on a dating app, these are tools that spirit uses, right? You have to only be aware of what energy you're in when you're making that decision. If you're like, oh, I got to get out there, I got to find this, I got to find my partner. Okay, that's not the right energy, right? It's probably not going to end well. But if you're just randomly doing something and you get this random nudge or impulse, like about an app pops in your head, or you see an ad or someone mentions it and you're like curious and your heart feels a little expanse of like, adventure, interest, or a passion there, then yeah, that's a good idea to go check that out and see where that path leads, right? But it's saying let yourself be seen. This could be getting on a platform, I'm not talking about in order to find your person. I'm just talking about in your life. If to follow your passion, if you're sharing your gifts or has something to do with your creative work or your creative purpose, letting yourself be seen. You are unique, and it's going to take a very particular, unique counterpart. It's not just anyone, and there's divine timing involved in this, and also you are evolving to the person that is the match for this person, because you both are taking time in your wherever you are right now, becoming the two fullest expressions of yourself that will allow this harmony, right? Because if you meet when the timing is not right, it will probably implode, right? So for some of you, it might be a person from your past who you guys weren't not you were meant to meet, but then you come back together when you both have had that soul growth. That's just for those who that resonates with. I was getting that from something here. I can't remember which part of this card, if it was the Two of Swords, but there was something I said earlier where I was like, this could be someone from your past where you're like, maybe this didn't work out because, but anyway, that came up before. Okay, what else for group 3? Show us what their dream life state of utopia would feel like. Yeah, yours is being in an energy of love. It's your soul being in love, like in the frequency of love, period. Whether that's you're shining it on someone else, or someone's shining it on you, or you're shining it on yourself, or whatever's around you. Yours is heavily about that, but it also is recognizing your heart's desire for that divine counterpart, which as you reside in this energy of soul love more frequently, that is going to come in faster and stronger than ever before, whether it's reigniting a current dynamic that you're in, something from the past, or calling in the person you're meant to align with. If you haven't met your person yet, it's kind of one in the same. I think that's why you kept getting the twos. It's like this mirroring. Like, one aspect of this is you shifting into this frequency of love. That's your dream life. That's where you're going to walk through your life where no conditions, no circumstances need to change. Everything is exactly as it is, but you have this quantum shift. You've become awakened, you've become enlightened, and you can become enlightened in like that. It's how you shift your perspective, right? I'm sure that you've done that before, and you just start to focus your mind, and so that's one of it, where you start to live your life as it is with nothing changing from a state of unconditional love. You start to be very intentional about where your focus is, your awareness, what's happening in your internal world, your dialogue. You reign in your mind here, King of Swords. You get that clarity, that control over your mind. You stop any looping, you stop any anxious worrying, over contemplating, and you rein that in, where you're like, I'm in control of where I point this sword. I'm in control of where I put my time and my energy and my focus. And where I put my focus, it's got to feel good to me. It's got to feel like unconditional love to me. And that's number one. And then that magnetically lines up this other one that creates the two, which is the external manifestation and representation of as within, so without, where you draw in this love, a person representing that love. This could be not even romantic love. Now, Spirit's showing me this could be friendship. This could be, if you've been wanting to grow your family, this could be conceiving. This could be, something just, a companion or something. But because you'll have love coming at you from every angle, right, when you're residing in the frequency of love. But I do see, if you have that desire on your heart for this divine counterpart, it's going to be big. It's going to be worth the wait. It's going to be something, because when you're radiating at that frequency and you've got that going on within you, and then something from the outside world, this other person starts magnetically making their way towards you, who's also in that, they match that state, that's explosive. That's fireworks. The two of you walking around the world in an energy of unconditional love for each other and for everything around you. Not only do you raise the frequency of the planet, you enjoy your lifetimes, hundredfold. That connection will be like something you have never experienced before. And when you're in it, you will understand why it couldn't have come earlier. You will understand how you wouldn't have been able to hold that energy and that connection of somebody who loves that big, and they wouldn't have been able to hold you if they weren't prepared. Because that's big. That type of love is so, like it says, multifaceted. It's so unique to you. It's so tailored to you. It's not just regular stock generic energy that you could just pick up at the Home Depot. You know what I mean? This is a very unique energy specifically tailored to you, and you're specifically tailored to them. You'll constantly be saying like, oh my gosh, you're like my dream person, you're like my dream person, and they'll be saying that to you because it's like you crafted them out of your dream, because you narrowed in on that energy, and you shine your light so bright and so authentically that it's sending out a call, like a lighthouse, like a honing, like a, what is it, a honing signal, like a beacon, and it's vibrating at a very specific, unique frequency. And when that reaches in the quantum realm its match, it draws to it that match like puzzle pieces. And so it will feel so divinely tailored when this love finds you. Or, like I said, if you're in that connection now, then it will evolve and morph into that feeling, and you will feel like you unlocked like a portal or a level of their heart, or and then you, that you're like, I didn't even know this, level existed in this dynamic, because you've now ascended, you've gone to a different dimension, you've gone to a different frequency, where now you're experiencing each other on a plane that you were not able to before. Let me just shuffle that again, because I was yabbering away and I wasn't really paying attention. There we go. Oh, you got Pleiades? Okay, this makes sense. Okay, you got Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity, so you could resonate with Pleiades energy. And you got trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? So I definitely feel like exactly what I just said and explained briefly. This love, you being in this state of unconditional love, and you partnering up with whoever your person is that you're going to meet on this path at some point, it uplifts humanity. This is not a small love. That level of love, that frequency, like I said, is impactful. It's deeply influential. It uplifts humanity. People witnessing your type of love and connection, it heals this broken relationship, distorted construct that has been on this earth plane. You and this person, by just being an example and being in a relationship, your friends, your family, everyone who sees you, strangers out in the street who see you guys interacting or out to dinner or walking your dogs or whatever, it heals something within them where they're like, wow, they found look at them together. Look at the love and the harmony. Relationships don't have to always be toxic. They don't always have to be difficult. They don't always have to be full of stagnation or not feeling seen or lack of reciprocation. Look at these people. The love is radiating off of them. You're going to uplift those around you and your community just by being in this connection together, which is absolutely magical, because you're going to share that new paradigm with others, which is, like I said, this is not like no small potatoes. That's why you're being prepared for this connection, and that's why it's seeming to take longer than maybe some of your peers or friends or family who have already partnered up. Not to say that their thing isn't magical or whatever. It's just that this is a very specific type of thing. And so you got to be ready to move into that energy, and you are getting ready, right? This is why you've been going through everything that you've been going through with this 222. This is why every connection has been, I'm not sure, do I want to move forward? It seems like something's off here. Do I want to continue to invest in this? No, I don't think so, because when you come into connection with this person, it's not going to be any sort of confusion. It's going to be real clear right away. You won't have any of that. You will never question when you meet this person, should I continue to invest in this? It would never cross your mind, because it's not a decision that would need to be made from the logical mind, King of Swords. It's a decision that would be made from your heart, and it's a decision that would always have already been made, every day renewed in your soul. There would never be a question point. You will never be in a 2 energy, I don't think, with this person beyond the 2 of Cups. When you first meet, it'll be instantly into 3. Okay, let's expand, let's progress, let's share, let's commune, let's celebrate. And then it'll be right into 4, stability. You won't stay in the 2s. I'm really seeing that strongly. And then I see trust your path, which I really strongly feel is a huge theme here, because you may be getting very weary and downhearted about wanting to be in this loving energy and in partnership. And you've been through it, like you kissed a lot of frogs, right, is all I'll say, because you're trying, your heart wants. And the thing is, all of those were meaningful. All of these relationships, including any that you're currently in or any that you meet after this reading, that don't end up being the one, right? If you start to have that, I'm not sure if I want to continue down this path, then maybe that soul contract is over, because you have been learning and preparing. You are finding out so much about yourself, so much about relationships, so much about harmony, so much about how much you can, dip your toe into this realm of someone else's energy and still stay in your own alignment without over giving too much of yourself, getting triggered into things. You are healing a lot of things within yourself and realigning a lot of things within yourself and doing a lot of self-work through these relationships that cannot be done solo. It just cannot. There's certain things that need to be healed and worked through in relationship during like an actual hands-on job experience. Like they say, like, this is real hands-on job experience where you go and you actually work on the shop floor, or you go work in the office, that you're studying for it. That's what these relationships have been showing you, and that's why you've been kind of going through maybe a lot of disappointments. It's all been to lead you to this path. Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? If you knew at the end result you're meeting this person, how would you move right now? Would you feel more of a sense of peace? Would you kind of ease off the gas a little bit? Would you just focus on achieving this frequency of love and making it your mission to live in that frequency? Because that frequency is what will bring it. Not only will it bring it to you, but you will already be in it. That's the paradox. You'll be in the energy. So you won't have that yearning anymore. And yes, it also brings it faster. And you align with it faster because you're already at that frequency. So your beacon gets stronger, right? But you also would already be in that state. So you'll also feel very satisfied, fulfilled, and peaceful being on your own or being in whatever relationship you're in. Even if it's not forever, but that it's something for you right now, you would feel very peaceful and happy to be in that chapter of your book. And on that, if you know what's coming at the end of your book, you're not going to rush through the chapter. It'll get to that last chapter when you get to that last chapter. And maybe that last chapter is the rest of the book. So, you'll feel more satisfied and peaceful and have ease about being in whatever chapter that you're in right now. Really, really complex, multifaceted, unique reading, just like this says, just like you guys are with your beautiful, unique souls. So many levels to this. I feel like we only touched on one here, but my guides are drawing this reading to a close. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to reflect on this later because I want to get all up in this unconditional love energy and just vibe as high as I can and feel like I'm on a 24-hour lifelong vacation of joy, love, and bliss. Try and stop me. But if you did feel called to another group, then I'll see you there shortly. And if not, it'll be in another reading on another day. Bye. Hello, group 4 with card 44 with expansion and this beautiful card here with the blue lace agate. Finding out what is your dream life energy, what would put you in that feeling of utopia here on this earth plane. Let's first start with your tarot and then we'll read your card. My guides are saying for group 4, we've been waiting for this reading. My guides are very hyped up. They're hyped up for all of them, of course, but there's a certain group of higher realm consciousness that wants to be active in this reading. So you're very welcome here. So let's see what they've been wanting to say. Queen of Pentacles. Hello. Love that for you. Okay, so your dream life, this utopia, you're sitting pretty. You're sitting pretty with wealth, abundance, financial prosperity. You feel good in your home life, feel good in your body. You feel very secure and on the foundation that you've created in this world. There's a lot of nature here around this unicorn, rabbit, flowers, roses, mountain range. There's no lack in this dream life. Emotionally, there's no lack in a sense of fulfillment of your purpose. There's no concern in a sense of, do I have enough, or can I, provide for myself and for my loved ones. Show us more for group 4. Oh, what was that? There's a card that's flipped over here. Yeah, it was the 5 of Pentacles, just flipped over. So maybe you've coming out of a period of financial restraint or financial frustration or lack into this Queen of Pentacles, because it really didn't come out on the table, but it just showed in the deck there. Past energy. Just a little snapshot, but not where you're going. Not where you're going, babe. Maybe that's now. Maybe that's this timeline. But you can pick another timeline. In your dream life, you've expanded. In your dream life, you're Queen of Pentacles. In your dream life, oh, what do we got? You're the Magician. How you like me now? Look at the Magician here. This unicorn has completely mastered its reality. In your dream life, you've mastered. You're a master. You have mastered the laws of the universe in your dream life. Card 1, paired with the Queen of Pentacles, super powerful energy, and my guides are ready to read your expansion card on the heels of that powerful pairing. It says, ooh, I love this. Travel at your own speed of light. Are you keeping up with the life and all that you want to create? Or are you holding yourself back with the what ifs or buts? Are you limiting your life through your beliefs? Everything you say and everything you do becomes true for you, and it's the platform on which you build your life. Yeah, that's what I'm getting with Queen of Pentacles. This, you're creating a new foundation, a new platform in this utopia. The playing field of life is unlimited and loving. You are unlimited, loving, and wondrous part of this creation. You're perfect right here, right now. You are different, and therefore think differently to last week, last year, the last decade, and yet you will always be you. What you are observing is your view. It is neither right or wrong, but a way to become clearer about what you like and don't like so you can choose what to focus upon. The events and experiences of your life will grow in meaning as your consciousness expands. Learn to focus and dance in time with the energy and speed of your desires, and they will arise easily in satisfying and surprising ways. Yeah, and this image on the card is a star tetrahedron. It's also known as a Merkaba or vehicle of light. One points upwards and represents the masculine, one points downwards and represents the feminine, and it's symbolic of travel through space, time, or dimensions to your higher self and beyond. You might work with Merkabas. Also, I'm going to get a little bit more tarot here. Magician and Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so this is about your dream life. I don't know if you're in it now, you're stepping into it, or you're just envisioning it now. Wherever you are on that spectrum, in your dream life, you have completely aligned with your abilities to create the reality and manifest the life that you desire on this physical plane. You're right up to speed with your desires, like it said in the card. You understand expansion. You understand that when you have a desire rocket out of you, that's your soul expressing, here's where we're going next. It's a beacon. It's a lighthouse it's a star guiding you in the night energetically. That's why you keep getting that impulse. That's why you keep thinking about it. That's why that dream is there, because it's calling you. Here's what we're going next. Creating this new platform, creating this new abundance, creating this new relationship, creating this family, creating this dream house, creating this state of being, whatever it is, big or small. That's what your life is made up of. 8 of Cups. Okay. 8 of Cups. Yeah, I feel like you're walking away in this dream life. You do not put up with emotionally unfulfilling situations. You're like, no, thank you. Anything that is dissatisfying, and I feel like in previous chapters in your life, you tried to make it work. You tried to be like, okay, let me just, stick it out. No, in your dream life, if the cup is not full, if the cup is missing, you don't feel any sort of obligation or pressure to be in spaces or places or lined up with people or events that are not pouring back up into you, that are not giving to the connection or to the situation, whether that's in business or relationships, fairly and in a reciprocal way. And once something you can see that it's not meant for you, you're fine with walking away from that. You understand the cycle of life of release. You're like, I got to release. I'm no longer going to keep wasting my time staying in things that I can see are not going to be able to provide sustenance or nourishment for my soul. If their cup is empty, what can they give to you? Yes, the hanged unicorn. Look at this. You see it all from a different perspective. Look at the enlightenment. This is exactly what's happening in your dream life, which is probably happening now. That's why you're finding this reading. It's unfolding now. You see things differently. You see things clearly. You understand how to create. You understand how to balance that divine masculine and the divine feminine energy within you, and to keep up with your desires and to allow them to flow into your experience abundantly. So yes, let's find out more for your dream life for group 4. I love this. It's like you understand now that your emotional needs are paramount to your experience here, and you understand the abundance, Queen of Pentacles, and the Magician of the universe at large. And so you're no longer staying in things that are unfulfilling, whether it's work, relationships, and that, because you no longer think, oh, I need to get this from this one avenue. You realize that the universe can provide it in a different way. And so you are more comfortable releasing things and moving towards what does feel fulfilling to you, and not holding on to dead leaves, so to speak. You have card 6 here, Dark Moon, stillness. Yes, stillness, looking within, surrender, and release. This is exactly what brings you into this dream life energy, this feeling of utopia. Your utopia is one where you feel deeply fulfilled. You are a creator. You are like I said, a master manifester. I keep seeing this. You constantly are being still. You're looking within, and you're having these moments of epiphany, this hanged unicorn of awareness, of higher perspective with anything that feels off in your life. You take stock daily. Like, you don't just let things fester and toxic things keep going for years or decades. In this new dream life, you take stock daily, and you can feel it in your soul. I think this friendship has come to an end, or I think this needs to be refined, or I think I need to move differently in this aspect. And as you take that stock and you use this hanged unicorn perspective, you realize that you're able to keep, like it said, keep up with the speed of your desires. You're able to keep that energy fresh and flowing through. Instead of becoming stagnant in things for a period of time, you're able to quickly be like, okay, I'm going to need to move differently here, or remove myself from this situation. It's not that you're constantly like jumping from thing to thing, or relationship to relationship, or job to job. It's not that way at all. There's a heavy stability here with Queen of Pentacles. You're deeply rooted. It's just that you are more refined and discerning. You have this refinement to your life, where at the beginning, quite frankly, yeah, you may need to surrender and release quite a bit, like as a kind of maybe that year or that month, you kind of go through it when you realize what's no longer aligned with you and you have that awakening. But then once you do that initially, you're very discerning about who you allow into your energy, where you allow your focus to go. And so I don't feel like there's that much that comes up that you're like, okay, well, now that this is not working for me. I feel like you feel into situations as they present. A friend presents, or a romantic partner, or a job opportunity. You feel into it. And you're like, is this something that's going to be beneficial to me, emotionally fulfilling to me? Is this going to allow for my expansion? Or is this something that I should just let pass by, my awareness type thing? And so I feel like you keep really kind of up to date. It's like Spirit's showing me like a pantry. You keep the food and they're very fresh. There's nothing that's stale and expired. You're like, either I'm using this and enjoying it and it's nourishing me, or it's not in here at all. It never made its way into the pantry. I feel like that's a strong message coming through here in your dream life energy. Everything that is in your life and your experience is meant to be there, and you're enjoying it there, or else it wouldn't be there. Where I feel like in the past things would, it's very common, right, for us to stay in friendships, and it's very common roles, relationships that are well past their expiration date, just because, I don't know, we have like a people pleasing thing, or we feel guilty, or we think we can somehow squeeze more juice out of it if, I've already invested in this, so I might as well stay here, type thing. But really, like, it's, if that investment is not yielding you that cup, if you're pouring into a cup and every time you look it's empty, and then there's a hole in that cup, right? And it's better to go and invest somewhere where you're going to get that reciprocated energy, is what's coming up here. Yes, oh my gosh, so much cleansing energy here. Look at this, cleansing, releasing the old, energetic tune up. That's what I was saying, that refinement, new beginnings. You literally have this card that says the exact same thing in different words. Stillness, looking within, surrender and release. So much cleansing I feel like you go through to achieve this dream life. And I don't feel like it's like negative or like, oh my gosh, I have to release so much. I just feel like you've really come into a clarity and a lightness of, and a clarity of peace of mind. This hanged unicorn, this is what happens. You have this glow around your horn here, around your third eye, where you're like, you know what am I doing? I have this one incarnation here, and this is what I'm gonna do: hang around people who bring me down, be in relationships that drain my soul, spend my time watching shows that make me feel like lack of energy, eating foods that make me feel exhausted. No, I see you taking control, the magician. The magician is like, I'm going to wizard this. I'm going to wizard this into exactly how I want it to be. And I feel like you do. This is like a little bit of rags to riches energy, where like if you're in a circumstance right now, like we saw that Five of Pentacles flash of financial restrainment or of some sort of discouraging, disappointing energy, you're also in an energy of change. You're also in an energy of where you realize, no, I'm going to look at this unicorn, it's walking away. Like, okay, that's not fulfilling, so that means it's a no for me. That just means I'm in a place where my energy is not meant to be, because my energy is aligned with expansion. My energy is aligned with overflow. My energy is aligned with nourishment and reciprocating energy. And this is what you're saying to yourself. And so as you realize that, and you realize your worth, look at the Queen of Pentacles. She realizes her worth. She has a cape on. She has a crown, her pentacle. She's resting in her beautiful garden. There's no concern. And so as you realize your worth, and that you can be, do, or have anything you want, and you can create this dream life, and you don't need to stay in places or spaces or in situations that are not emotionally fulfilling, that are draining you. I see you pulling your energy back in, cleansing, new beginnings. Where am I going now? What is in alignment for me? What is calling to my soul? What is nourishing? And I see you spending a lot of time refining, defining that, and activating it and taking action towards it. What did we get here? Fall into my arms. Oh yes, see, surrender. Again, you have surrender now like almost 3 times. Surrender, holding opposites, okay, extremes of life. So this is that paradox of life energy, where, like I said, rags to riches. That's exactly what I said. You may have come from a very opposite energy, and then you may have come from literally Five of Pentacles, which is financial restraint, and then moved into the Queen of Pentacles. It's that extremes of life, but you understand as the magician that you are at the steering wheel. You are the captain of that ship. You're directing it, and you're making those choices with your where you focus, with your expectation, or with where your frequency is resonating. You're making those energetic choices with what you allow, with what you say yes to, with what you continue to engage with. What you continue to engage with is telling the universe, this is what I'm worth, this is where I'm staying, this is what I choose. And you start to release. You start to say, hold on a second. I want to hold the opposite of that. I want to hold the other end of the stick, because it's like when you're holding a coin, you create both sides. But if you're looking at the coin of the one side, you realize I can flip this coin. I'm the magician. And you step into this life where you pick up the other end of the stick. It's the glass half full, glass half empty. If you've got extreme poverty, you can create extreme wealth, because you energetically create the opposite to this same extreme. So that means you have more potential to create extreme wealth and abundance than someone who wasn't in poverty, because their desire is not as strong, because they never experienced that financial discomfort and that the pain that comes with that, right? And so which means that you can create through opposites, and you realize with the magician energy how to focus on the opposite, how to use, that like intelligent delusion to create, like, okay, I'm abundant, let me look for abundance all around me. You understand how to use your magician energy and the power of your mind to create the life that you're wanting. And I see you creating this dream life fairly easily as you allow it. This is like a moment where you just are very truthful with yourself, and you're just like, okay, I gotta release this old. I gotta have an energetic tune-up. There are some things that I'm focusing on. There's some internal self-talk. There's some limiting beliefs. I see you getting very into like manifestation techniques. I see you like studying and learning a lot about this, about the power of your mind, if you haven't already. How to focus your mind, how to create the life you desire. I see you just devouring every, free resource that there is out there in order to learn from those who have gone before you. And I see you really putting it into practice and it having incredible payoff for you. And I see the dream life coming in fairly quickly. This is like that energy where someone gets discovered, and they're like, oh, I was poor living here, and then I got discovered, and now I'm this huge singer, or now I'm this model, or now I'm this famous actress, or now I'm this artist or this writer that got picked up. And your life completely changes overnight. People like that live all around the world. But I see you, because it came from their perspective, their mindset. They never gave up hope, right? Athletes who do that, they come from very poor lifestyles and then rise to this great fame. They never gave up. They practiced every day. They knew that they could do it. They had faith in themselves, and they achieved their dreams beyond their wildest dreams, right? Show us more for group 4. This could be you've already achieved this. Yes, see, look at this. Look at how incredible you're getting this alignment. This holding the opposites extremes of life card came out in a different deck, and now you got this opposites card. You got let go upright, and it says hold on the shadow element, right? I'm actually going to read you that card because I feel like it's at the core of how you step into this dream life energy. Okay, this reads, hold on, determination, staying power, sticking with it, commitment, in it for the long haul. Let go is freeing, loosening, stepping away, and making space for new growth, aka expansion, your main card. It says, which part of the card is right side up? You got the let go right side up. There are times when we're called to hold on and times when we're called to surrender. How do we know what to do when? The things we cling on to are often the ones we're most called to let go of. But just because we cling to them doesn't mean they're not meant for us, nor that they'll fall away if we do. So gather the courage to loosen your grip. Sometimes the act of letting go or of not clinging so tightly is the very thing that enables a situation to transform, so that it remains yet is better or more aligned than before. Or, if it is not, something more aligned now has the space to enter. If this card appears with hold on right side up, it can be an invitation to fight for what's important to you. If the card appears with let go right side up, then consider, are you forcing something, trying to control something, or refusing to release? What are you clinging to for fear that it will go away and nothing will come to take its place? And you have this cleansing, release the old, surrender and release, surrender. You have surrender 3 times, and then you have let go. So if there's some situation, something from your past, a toxic job, a toxic dynamic, something unfulfilling, 8 of Cups, that's what's keeping you from this dream life, from this utopia. It's only that fear of stepping into this light. It's only the fear of seeing it from a different perspective and allowing yourself to step into this expanded version of you. It's like when you have it's like when you're sitting on the couch and you're so comfortable, but you know you should get up because you're also getting stiff and stagnant. You've got to use the bathroom, you're hungry, but you're also comfortable. It's taking that step where you finally get up out of your comfortable position and you start to expand towards the things that you need to do now. You need to go to the bathroom, you need to get a drink of water, you need to make some food, you need to tend to whatever in the house. You've got to pull yourself out of that energy, right? But it's only the comfort of being like, oh, but everything's kind of fine here, but it's also a little bit unsatisfying because I'm hungry. There's things that I'm calling for more. I'm kind of bored. I'm getting a headache from watching this show. That's the energy. It's allowing yourself to release, because it could just be the energy of something, right? It doesn't need to be like a toxic situation, but there's something that's in your life or just general lifeness that's saying, let go of these limiting beliefs, of this energy of restriction or disappointment or discouragement, unfulfilling energy. Maybe lack of belief in yourself, lack of belief that things can be different, because look how dark the energy is down here with all this cleanse, surrender, release, and then look how light it is up here with the Magician, Queen of Pentacles, expansion, the Hanged Unicorn. It's so calling you to more. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's, your dream life is so much more fulfilling and so different. It's the opposite. It's an extreme shift. It's financial abundance. It's emotional satisfaction. It's seeing life from a completely different lens. So maybe you're finding life kind of stagnant and disappointing now. Oh, what I was trying to say earlier was you could be anywhere on the spectrum. What you might have already experienced this, done the releasing, done the rag to riches, and now you're sitting in this energy and you're like, yes, I love this confirmation. This is exactly how my life unfolded. Or you could be going through this right now where you're in a crossroads energy where you're like, I think there's some things that I need to make a change on. Some things feel really unsatisfying to me in multiple areas of my life, and I really want to move towards more fulfillment and abundance and this expansion. My soul is calling me to things, calling me to get off the couch, literally or figuratively, and I just need to hear this message. I do need to just let go of that comfort and put myself out there and allow myself to start living this big life that I've dreamed for myself. Allow myself to start moving towards these things. Show us. Oh, these. Okay, you got, this one's popped out. You got, you're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Yeah, keep facing your true north. So just what we were saying. So it sounds like you're already doing this. So whatever you're doing, you're well on this path. If it hasn't popped yet, you're moving towards your Queen of Pentacles. You're moving towards this Magician energy. You're already figured out how to release these things, how to let go of things. You're currently moving through this energy. Keep facing your true north. Your true north is your compass, right? That's your compass point, your soul's alignment. What feels good? What feels passionate? What feels alive in your heart? What feels emotionally satisfying in career, in relationships, in the time, how you spend your time. Keep moving towards that. Keep that as you're at your forefront and continue to surrender and release anything that is not that, right? Anything that is not in your soul's alignment. You also got trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? So I do feel like there's some energy here where you do feel that you're called to something, but there's a little bit of fear, right? There's a little bit of holding back, like I said, not getting up off that couch out of your comfort zone for fear of whatever, that you might fail, that people will, laugh at you, that you'll be unsuccessful, that you won't have exactly what that card said, that if you let go of it for fear that nothing will take its place. Trust your path. If you could have whatever you wanted, then what would you do? Because you can be or do or have anything that you want. That's why this magician card exists. There's people in this world creating that every day. Allow yourself to expand to this dream life, because your dream life is more than what you're currently experiencing or have experienced in your past, because your dream life is creating whatever it is that you want. Do you want a certain fancy car? Do you want a beautiful house? Do you want to live in the country? Do you want a dream wardrobe? Do you want a glow up? Do you want to be a certain recognition or reward or in a certain field? You can have whatever you want. Some people say, oh, that's not spiritually, whatever. We're here on this 3D plane. There are no limits. You can have fun and participate in whatever realm you want to until that's no longer satisfying for you, right? Whatever it is for you, yours is very open-ended here. It's whatever, like the magician card has got a lot here on this table. There's the sword, there's the cup, there's the pentacle. What are we missing? There's the wand. The wand is the unicorn horn. It's whatever you want, whatever you point that wand at, like the fairy, godmother, you can achieve in this world. But there's something here, old beliefs, limiting beliefs, things that are no longer serving you, that need to be released in order to move into this your utopia, where you're feeling financially stable, you're feeling like you know how to create wealth and you know how to enjoy that wealth. I see it being a very like Taurus energy, like a very earthy, satisfying energy. Like it's very creative. There's a lot of energy, but I'm just saying, I feel like you have beautiful things around you. You enjoy a nice car that you love to drive. You enjoy eating out at good restaurants. You enjoy beautiful clothes, and surrounding yourself in your home with beautiful things. I'm just getting that here from this Queen of Pentacle cards. I feel like you make your home your castle, and I feel like that's part of your dream life, is really just enjoying the fruits of your labor and enjoying life and the loved ones around you. Let's get your final card here for group. What did I miss? Oh, this crystal card for group 4, please show us anything else you want to tell us about their dream life. I heard dream house, so some of you could be building a dream house. You definitely have your dream career in this situation, whatever that is to you, but you've got to step out of your comfort zone to achieve it. This trust your path. If you knew it, you'd be supported. What would you do? It's something you're being called to, but that I feel like you're hesitating on maybe moving into, or you had that happen in the past, and you can see looking back how you had to release those limiting beliefs or a path that you were on that wasn't serving you in order to step into that energy. You're fine. Oh yeah, I love that you got this. Card 25, the Edmund Star, red jasper with conviction. Conviction of your beliefs. This is just that you can't dissuade me. I know what is right for me. I know that I'm going to do this. Is exactly what I explained to you about like that rag to riches energy. If someone knows they're meant to be a star, or someone knows they're meant to be, in pro athlete, or create a world-renowned artist or author, everybody who you know now who is famous, I'm not saying you have to be famous, I'm just giving that as an example of people who are strongly convicted in their beliefs. They're just like, you can't dissuade me. All of those people knew that it would be after rejection, after rejection, after rejection. You can read those stories over and over and over again. They all were where you maybe are now, right? Or maybe you're at the end of this where you're like, yeah, that's exactly what I went through. And finally I got picked up. Finally it got recognized. Finally my business took off. Finally, whatever this is. They were all where you are now, where it was like, they're the magician, you're creating something, but 3D world just hasn't shown you that manifestation yet, but it will. So stay strong in your convictions. If you know that you are meant to do something, that your heart is calling you to something, let go of anything that is not aligned with the identity that you're stepping into. Right? Like if you have a new self concept, look into stuff about new self concept, new identities, and how to shift into those timelines. I think that will be very helpful for you if you haven't already, or maybe you do that work, because I'm seeing there's people who are already in this Queen of Pentacles magician energy, and some of you are moving into that in the process of it. So wherever you are on that self-concept, redefining, repatterning your neural pathways, like Dr. Joe Dispenza's work could be very helpful to you, or anyone who teaches in that field. Bruce Lipton, The Power of Biology of Belief is a very powerful book. Things like this, I see you really shifting through extremes of life into this completely different energy from that which you started in, because the power of your desire creates this magical, bright rocket of North Node energy, where it's your compass point. Your desire is calling you, and as you start to let yourself go there, expand into there, follow that path, take the action into whatever gets you off that couch. Like I said, whatever feels like maybe moving through fears, maybe feels uncomfortable, maybe feels like releasing limiting beliefs. Your world expands. Your divine feminine, divine masculine balances into this Merkaba here. You expand into, you step into who you have always been, right? Because we have a limited aperture perception here as we enter this world, and then it starts to expand, and our soul starts to call us through these contrasting experiences to what we came here to experience, to the joy, the freedom, the expansion. And as you allow yourself, you get that nudge and you take that step and you build your confidence. Oh wow, I actually am talented at this. Oh, I've gotten this weird passion to pick up a guitar, or pick up musical instruments, or pick up a paintbrush, or start writing. As you allow yourself to do it, the first time it seems strange, right? Because you're like, I'm not a writer, so why would I sit down at my computer and open up a blank document and start typing? I'm not a writer. But if that call is in your heart, it's because you are a writer. But the difference there is the gap is between you taking the action and typing and starting to develop a concept and starting to follow those visions and the ideas and the story that's being downloaded into your awareness. That's the difference. Some person puts their fingers on the keypad or the pencil to the paper, and someone doesn't. The magician takes the steps. The magician takes the energy. And molds it and transforms it and puts it into the 3D. It takes it from the ether and takes the idea and it puts it into the 3D. It has to come through your hands. It has to come through your body, through your voice, right? Be created by you into this world. So I really see that creates this utopia, dream life energy, where you are living the exact life that is in your heart, your dream life. It comes to fruition through this surrender, release, cleansing, and stepping into the full expression and expansion of your beautiful, authentic soul's desire, whatever that is for you. This is different for everybody, and this is obviously a general reading. Thank you so much for being here. All the best on your journey here of manifestation and expression of your soul's truest calling. If any other group called to you, then I'll see you in that group shortly. And if not, I'll see you in another reading on another day. Bye.